I went Generation just because I think J-Mac going on is a big plus.
Generation Diggs and Generation on the red anchor.
40 the win on Forgot You.
Forgot You goes up to Commander Harry and got it. Forgot You right on the line from Commander Harry.
Oh look, there's Flying Mascot. That's the horse we own.
Flying Mascot driving away, and Flying Mascot won it easily from Star Rel Anavisto Princess Jenny.
Probably the best day of racing on the racing calendar year. We're going to preview Derby Day right now, right here. Flying Mascot was in the weekly winners last week. We didn't pick it in the top 4, which was a bit embarrassing, but it's in the Group 1 this week and we're super excited, so I've got to include it in my top 4 this week. We're going to get straight on with race 1. My best of the day comes up in race 1. It's the Group 3 Carbine Club Stakes for the 3-year-olds over the 1600 metres. Fangirl is the 260 favourite and Predeturn is up there at $3.90. This is a last start effort of Fangirl. This was its win up in Sydney in the Reg Allen. It was a listed race. It got clear at the right time, sprouted wings late, and just said see you later. There was a horse coming up on its inside, which I think is a quality horse as well, but J-Mac sticks with it. He's ridden a couple of other horses in this race and sticks with Fangirl. It'll have to get back, but I think it can blouse them all late. I reckon this is one of the right form lines heading into a race like this. Good starting price profile, and I really can't see much beating it here. So 30 the win on Fangirl. Wilson's Prom. It was a good maiden win last start, I think at Horsham or somewhere. So I've got to include it in there, especially at the price. Predaturn's been racing really well. Ran 7th in a Caulfield Guineas. That's the right form. And Brigantines also always runs consistent. So D. Oliver, James Cummings combined with a good chance there, but I'm with Fangirl, the best of the day, to start the day on Derby Day. Race 2 is the Lexus Hotham Stakes over the 2500 metres, a Group 3 level win, and you're in the Melbourne Cup on Tuesday. Great House is the $2.60 favourite ahead of Man Cane at $3.50, and then a major gap back to King's Charisma at $7.50. This is Man Cane's last start, second in a benchmark 78 over 2,000 metres at Caulfield on 1,000 Guineas Day. I thought it ran very well, and I think it'll run very, very well again in the Hotham Stakes on Saturday. Doesn't look to be one of the best Hotham Stakes compared to some of the other years. Obviously, no imports coming over, but it gets in with the 54 kilos. It's past 4 runs. It's had to carry 60 kilos plus. It carried 54 kilos first up when it was just beaten by D'Aguilar. It loves the 2,500 metres. Linda Meach goes on. She's been riding well lately. I can see Man Cane in a Melbourne Cup field. Knight's Order will be out in front, bowling along at its own leisure, and Give Us Sight. Gate 3, Geordie Childs go to the front. La Donde V for Damien Oliver will be in the right spot, right time. We'll see what it's got. I thought Great House was a touch short. It's probably more effective on wet ground, but it ran really well in a Caulfield Cup, so it's got to be treated with some respect. But I'm with Man Cane in the Hotham Stakes. Pretty confident, actually. Race 3 is the Wakeful Stakes, 2,000 metres at Group 2 level for the 3-year-old fillies. El Patroness is the $3.90 favourite ahead of Daisies at $4.40 and Yearning, the 1,000 Guineas winner, at $4.60. El Patroness, this was run in the Norman Robertson or the Caulfield Classic last time out at Caulfield. It was beaten by a smart horse in Gunstock who goes around probably nearly the favourite in the Derby. I thought El Patroness was really good here. Went along at a clip that it liked and nearly won off it. I think, look, the good track might not suit it as opposed to the wet track, but Gate 2, it'll go to the front, it'll go at its own tempo again, back to its own sex will only enhance its chances as well, so I think El Patroness is the way to go here. The other leader in the race is BARB. I've got it in there for second. It'll be right there with El Patroness. Beat El Patroness about 2 or 3 back, so it's got to give some sort of a hope for Craig Williams. Kapalua Sunset was a short price favourite, disappointed last start, but you got to forgive it. It was a tough run. Damien Oliver goes on, and we know what they can do in those colours. Danny O'Brien and Damien Oliver, Miami bound. Daisies was the winner of the Kapalua Sunset race. J-Mac goes on, always a good sign, and I think it's a good chance. But I'm with El Patroness to win the Wakeful. Race 4 is the Group 2 Linlithgow Stakes over the 1200 metres open class here on Oxley Road with the 53 kilos. It's the $3.30 favourite ahead of KEMALPASA at $3.90. I had trouble splitting them both. We're going to take a look at Oxley Road's Caulfield Sprint win. Blake McDougall rode this winner, and I love Blake McDougall as a jockey now that he's ridden Flying Mascot last week to a Tessio win, but it went through that gap and Malkovich dropped the whip, which must have helped Oxley Road, but it still won very well. I like how Oxley Road's drawn gate 8 as opposed to KEMALPASA drawing gate 2. It can be on the outside, it can go probably to the front at its own leisure, and I think it's a really smart horse. It's won down the straight before, so I really like its chances, Oxley Road, but I had a lot of trouble splitting it and KEMALPASA. KEMALPASA won this race last year. I think it's going better than last year, but I think it's a stronger field this year, so I've got KEMALPASA in for second. Instant Celebrities, a 1200 metre specialist, will get back and be charging home late with the small field, and Brooklyn Hustle, how many times are we going to trust it? It's probably at the end of its trustworthiness now, but J-Mac goes on and it could surprise. But I'm with Oxley Road in the Linlithgow. Race 5 is the Group 1 Empire Rose over the 1600 metres for the fillies and mares that wait for age. TOFANE is the $3.70 favourite, and it just happens to be there again. Flying Mascot, the horse we part own, is at $9. Very excited. This is the Kingston Stakes 4 weeks ago, featuring Stellar Star and Mystic Journey. Stellar Star wins. Mystic Journey runs into third place. I think gate 3 for Mystic Journey is somewhat against it. It needs galloping room, so it'll need luck. Stellar Star from gate 5 will be right there on speed, and imagine the headlines if Bill Ryan can take this race out. A Group 1 for Bill Ryan, the Empire Rose, will be outstanding headlines. I've got Stellar Star on top in a low confidence race. I really hope Flying Mascot wins though. TOFANE's in there for second. It hasn't won this preparation, but it's been close. It was a good run in the Toorak last time out, but at the price I think it's a touch short. Flying Mascot was a dominant winner in the Tessio last start. It could be just better than all of them. We hope it is. Gate 7, Blake McDougall, get a good run. Hopefully get out at the right time and go well. And Mystic Journey, look, it needs some room and was probably held up last year in the Empire Rose, so it needs some room, but it can run on well. Race 6 is the Victoria Derby over the 2500 metres for the 3-year-olds at Group 1 level. $4 for both Forgot You and Gunstock, the equal favourites, and they're well clear of the rest. So we're going to take a look at the Geelong Classic. Choo Choo Kaka and Character both come out of this race. They both run 1-2. I think they set on Sprint Contenders last night, the last winner to win a Victoria Derby of the Geelong Classic was 1974. But the place getters have run well and won the Derby. I'm with Character on the weekend. It's had a lot of runs this preparation, but I think 2500 metres will suit it. It was good through the line here. I think it's over the odds at $31. There's some queries on the favourites. Gunstock has been racing very, very well, but it's just drawn a bit wide. It's only had 4 starts. It might not be ready. Forgot You's coming off a tough couple of runs. It only just got over Commander Harry last week, so a bit of a query. Jungle Magnate ran very, very well behind Forgot You. It's got to be some sort of a hope. I've got Character at $31 in a low confidence race. I think it's well over the odds for Godolphin. Race 7 is one of the most exciting races on the day. It's the Group 1 Coolmore Stud Stakes for the 3-year-olds over 1200 metres. Extreme Warriors at $4.40, and it is the favourite. And then $4.60 for In the Congo. Extreme Warrior, this was its Blue Sapphire win. Beat Profiteer by 3 lengths, and we all know what a horse Profiteer is. It's a pretty good horse. This race rated well through the roof. Jai McNeil goes on from gate 9. She'll get a good run down the straight, peel out and go whooshka. It's found its form. It won its maiden first up by a long way. I think it's always had potential, this horse, and we're really starting to see it come through. I got the race down to Extreme Warrior and Polele. I had trouble splitting both of them, but I went Extreme Warrior. I think it's the better horse. Polele's been racing very, very well. Damien Oliver goes on from gate 6. Will get a good run. And let's see what it's got. Home Affairs, J-Mac goes on, coming down from Sydney, ran in the Everest last start. That's good form lines. It's got to be in there. In the Congo, won the Golden Slipper, beating Animo last start, so it's also got to go in there. It's a wide open race. 25 the win on Extreme Warrior and 15 the win on Paul Lele. Hopefully we get a return in the Coolmore Stud Stakes. Race 8 is the Group 1 Cantala Stakes over the 1600 metres. Shiloh's at $8 with Arameo and $9 for Riodini. And Mr. Brightside is the $4.40 favourite. This is my second best bet at Flemington and it's $10. ICEBATH. This was a cracking win in the Invitational last week and I think this is a weaker form line, but the way it did it was very, very good. The only query is obviously gate 16. It'll be getting right back, but it's got 53.5 kilos. John McNeil goes on. It'll be charging home late. I think ICEBATH is well over the odds here. I think it should be much shorter. Mr. Brightside's the favourite, so it's a pretty weak race. So I've got 25 the win on IceBath, and Riodini I think can bounce back sharply. 15 the win on it. It'll be outside the leader, and in front of IceBath it can win. Shiloh will be running on from the back. 5 weeks between runs, can win. Buffalo River, even though it's not a wet track, Linda Meach goes on. It'll be bowling out in front as it likes, but I'm with IceBath, second best bet at Flemington. Race 9 is the wide open Furphy Sprint, Group 3 level for the mares over the 1100 metres. Minhaj is the $5.50 favourite ahead of September Run at $6.50. Malevers at $10 and way more. Marbusha, this was its last start effort up in Sydney. Entrevere, Vangelic and Nimali for Toos are all in this race, so there's some pretty good mares. Gold Pendant, this race was called. Started with an SP of $12, that's okay. Sam Clipperton rode it on speed and it just sort of dropped out late, but it draws well, gate 13. It's beaten Oxley Road down the straight before. I think it's over the odds at $19. I've tipped John McNeil in the last 3 races, so hopefully he gets at least one winner out of his last 3 rides. Rainbill in there for second. Linda Meach goes on Rainbill. Gate 17 will go forward, give itself every chance. One Diva is my roughie for the race. Brett Preble goes on. He's riding in outstanding form. Gate 15 will be on the right part of the track and be storming home. And Talia is a classy animal. Gate 11, Damien Oliver will be going well. But thanks for watching this Derby Day preview. I hope I back a winner. I hope you do too. See you later.